Hey everyone, this is Syntax, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make readable notes / books in Fortnite Creative. Yeah, that's a shameless plug. Let's look at how this is done. Hey everyone, this is Syntax, and today I'm going to be going over the mechanics and devices you need to actually make readable notes, readable books, readable pieces of paper, whatever you want to call it, in Fortnite Creative. Let's get into it. First thing you want to do is actually place down your different kinds of paper or books, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, this book right here, I went ahead to galleries, selected props, went all the way down to indoor residential gallery, and as you can see, if you click on this, you have a whole plethora of books to choose from. Some are bigger than others, but yeah, that's where you get your books. Now, I'm going to move the button for this next one just so you guys can see, but that is the first kind of paper I have, and to get this, if you actually select props and galleries, if you go to the container prop gallery, there is this little white box that if you shrink it down, and as long as there's nothing, as long as under it is solid, like this box right here, you can shrink it down, just have the top be exposed, and it actually looks like little papers. I actually use this in quite a few of my maps, but yeah, just take it, shrink it down, place them, stack a couple on top of each other, and it looks like a pile of papers. The last design I use for my paper is in the Pirate Cove prop gallery. Just go ahead into it and go over to this map. If you take this out, and as you can see, the back of it looks like just a blank slate of paper with just a little bit of writing on it, so go ahead and flip this face down or on a wall, wherever you want to have it, and that is another good thing that serves as a piece of paper. After you have your note or your book or your piece of paper set down, you want to do the following. Head to devices and go down to buttons. You're going to want to grab these and shrink them down. Once you shrink the button down, be sure to place it in close proximity to whatever paper or book you're going to be reading. For the settings, make sure you can only trigger once, have no delay and no reset delay, and turn the trigger sound off because we don't want it to be like we're hitting a button. We want it to be like we're reading. And go ahead and change the interaction text to read because that's the action you're going to be doing. Turn the visibility off and change this to 0.25. Now for this channel, I have it linked up on 1, so when interacting with transmit on channel 1. And for this button, I have it on channel 2, and for this button, I have it on channel 3. Remember, those don't have to be the channels. Just make sure your text is linked up to those channels. Now head to devices and grab a billboard and do the following with the settings. So this is where you're actually going to be typing in what the player is going to be reading. Obviously, I only have one word of text here, but you guys can have it however long you want, at least 150 characters, and you can create a new billboard. But just mess around with the settings, make it look how you want to look. I have outline and shadow, lower left and light. View distance on infinite so it doesn't bug. Show border is turned off. Text color can be whatever you want, and the background is clear. Now I have this enabled during phase pregame only. It's fine if it's on none or pregame only. Just don't have it set on all or gameplay only, or else it will show before actually hitting the button. And like I said, these link up to the channels I have on my buttons. Now this is one way to actually have the text pop up. It's just kind of floating in midair above the book. But if you want to have a little indicator right here like I do with the word to, so you can show that it is actually coming from the page or from the book, you can actually do this with the text. So I actually have to and this spaced out really far, and if I have it centered, as you can see, text justification says centered. If you put a bunch of spaces between this, it will put this on the next line directly below to, and it will be pointing from the book, indicating that the text is coming in fact from the page. Same thing for the book. I have the text floating directly above the book, just to indicate that it's coming from the book, but you can have any sort of indicator you want. You can have a straight line, you can have the arrow indicator, just as long as they know you're reading it from the book or the page. Again, if you did all this right, this is set up on 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3 as far as channels go. Did all that right, it should look like this. So as you can see, I'll enter my little house from last video, and as you can see, head up to this pile of papers here, and go ahead and read it. It says subscribe. Head up to this little note I put on the table here. Go ahead and read it. It says to, and head over to the book, read it. It says syntax. All the text is floating above, as you can see, the pages here above the book, just to indicate that I am in fact reading whatever text is in those particular items. Anyway guys, that is how you make readable notes / books in Fortnite Creative. This is especially useful for adventure maps. If you have to exposit a little bit or you need to explain something via text, you can have them read the page or the book, and it will all pop up right there for them to read. I hope this video helped you out, and yeah, this has been Syntax. Later.